Now, I also love how you kind of introduce the Germans at the beginning of the book that are becoming POWs. You specifically the Afrika Korps, and anybody who knows World War II knows Ernie Pyle. But I think it was the perfect introduction to what was the state of some of these men who are being put on these boats and taken to America. What does Ernie Pyle say about the Afrika Korps after they've been defeated and they're now prisoners?
Well, as you and I'm sure a number of your listeners know, Ernie Pyle was the quintessential war correspondent, and his great gift was mingling among these, the common foot soldiers and living with them and just getting inside their heads and trying and figuring out what they cared about, what they thought, and conveying that to the readers back home, sort of I put it, a grunt's eye view of the war that was often very different from the, what they were getting from the official dispatches and the generals and everything. And he was just a master at this. And once the Afrika Korps surrendered en masse, and there were prisoners everywhere, he decided to try to work his magic on these captive Germans and find out what was inside their heads. But he ran into a brick wall because these guys, the Germans, and he had an interpreter with him, and the Germans seemed pleasant enough at first, but the more he talked to them, the more baffled he became. All of them seemed unshaken in their belief that Nazi Germany was going to prevail in the war. It was going to roll over America. It was divinely chosen to rule. And the Nazis were full of the just absurd lies and propaganda. And Pyle just didn't know what to make of them, didn't know how to get through. He concluded that the average American, if he or she got a chance to speak to these guys as he had, would come away from the experience more determined than ever that these people needed to be stopped at any cost. And now, as a result of the surrender, 120,000 of these guys were coming to the United States.